Would you like a guaranteed way to live a joyful life? Well, in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. This is so exciting for me, and I want to start right off with the first point and tell you and share with you, I have lived life. Keys to a joyful life, I feel like I've got some wisdom in that area because I lived a life in the past following my heart's desire, following what the world says is what you should do, work hard, retire, save your money, all those things. It's not good. It didn't lead me to a place of joy in my life. So with this video, I'm hoping to have you trust in that, trust in the wisdom of an older guy here who has tried to go at it the way the world and our culture, especially our Western culture, teaches it. And I can tell you, it's an empty promise if you live that way. Try to, get the money and get the house and get the vacations and, all the stuff, the desires of your heart aren't going to lead to a joyful life. So that's the first point. So I can tell you what not to do. Several things. First of all, if you're working in a job and you're working all these crazy hours, you're not enjoying it, you're working just for the money so you can pay the bills. If you're just working for the weekend so you can have a good time. If you're working just to have money to send the kids through college. If you're living a life, when I'm at this point, I'll be able to do this. Not good. Those are things not to do. You were created for abundance and love right now. You were created perfectly, just as you are right now. And if you're not doing the things that you're gifted at, I think it was Mark Twain that said, if your vocation is your vacation, you're in a good spot. Think about that. That really had an impact on me when I first heard that. So think about the things that you would do before, and you wouldn't even need to get paid for it, but you just love doing it. Whatever those passions are, those are the things to do. The things not to do are the things that make you miserable. So just take an inventory right now. If you're watching this video, take an inventory and figure out, wow, yes, these are things that I'm doing for the wrong reasons, for the money, for the kids, for the spouse. I'm not saying you don't do things for people, but you have such a bigger purpose here on this earth, I believe. So why not live into that a little bit, especially you're watching this video. Take the time to think it through. It doesn't mean that you have to change everything in a heartbeat, but you can readjust your vision, change the course that you're on, and you can get the freedom, joy, which I've experienced much quicker than I have in my life. So think about that. That's all I want to do with this video is shorten the cycle for you so you can get to this joy and abundance, joy overflowing quicker, because it makes life so much better. I can guarantee you that. No matter the circumstances, it'll make life better. Where do you look for wisdom? Because that's what's required. I told you kind of a little bit about me and how I lived the way this culture. I was a New Age baby too. My mom was New Age, so I grew up in that world. Do what you want and be you, and astrology and yoga and all that stuff. It's a dead end. I'm just telling you, it's a dead end. It's so popular now, but it doesn't lead anywhere. Our community, believes in isolation to community. That is not trusting and just relying on me. It's community. That's why we were created, for community, to be around other people, not to just do my thing. Nothing great was ever created with one. So where do you look for wisdom? I'll give you my tips on wisdom. Step number 1, pick up a Bible. Even if you were like me, you never opened a Bible for most of your life, pick up a Bible. Don't start in the Old Testament because that's hard. Start with what Jesus taught. You can research and figure out what was it that Jesus taught. Start in the New Testament. Start thinking about Jesus and think of him, if you're new to this, he's a teacher. He came to heal us spiritually. That's where he came from. Or that's what he came for, is to heal us spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically too. He did a lot of those things, but most of all, it's in our head. That's where it starts. So pick up a Bible, and I tell you, if you read the Bible every day, even just a couple of sentences, but you're consistent with it, it's going to have an impact on you. I shared that with a couple of guys who were trying to sell me something. They stayed at a hotel here recently for a workshop, and they were trying to promote staying at a couple of resorts. And as soon as they approached me, I knew what was going on. So I asked the guy, so how'd you start your day today? Well, I had a cup of coffee. I'm like, oh, you missed out. What do you mean? And I said, dude, if you read the Bible, it's amazing. It's going to transform you. He's like, well, I go to church. I'm like, I didn't say anything about church. It's nothing about church. It's just read the Bible. That is the truth. What Jesus taught is the truth. And I'm going to tell you, even if you don't believe that right now, just read some of what he taught. And I can tell you, you won't disagree with what he taught. A lot of it is counterculture. But when you read it, it's gonna resonate in your heart. It will resonate because it is truth. And the more you read it, the more consistently you read it. Don't sit there and try to read for an hour. Just little bites, but consistently every day. You'll look up and you will be transformed. It's impossible not to be transformed. That's why they call it the living word. So good. So that was step 2. So pick up a Bible, step 1. Step 2, learn about what Jesus taught. Study his teachings. And step 3, link up with people you align with. Are there people in your life who seem to be joyful, living a joyful life? Ask them, what are their secrets? What do they do? Just ask them. That's going to give you some insight. The people that are around you that you just observe and you're like, wow, they seem to be pretty joyful. And of course, I welcome you. If you're watching this video, you know something about us over at Life Transformed. We'd love to have you explore our community. We've got ways for you to do that. Fridays, we have a call Friday afternoon that you can do. We've got a serve call that you can schedule with us. So reach out, link up with people that align with and believe that a joyful life can be lived right now, today, in this world, and hear them out. Don't go in with a skeptical mind. Go in with that curious, childlike mind. Because if you go in with that kind of mindset, you're going to see some results. I guarantee you. Open. Don't be closed-minded. And if you've got some wounds from the past, or you have some things happening in your life that are preventing you, some negative self-talk, all those kinds of things can slow you down. So reach out. There are plenty of people out there. Again, it may not be our community. Maybe there are other folks that you're reaching out to, but people love to give. And if they're wise, and they're going to give you the kind of wisdom that leads you to an abundant life. And you'll know it from the fruits of their lives. Are they living a life of joy and abundance? Subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button to see more like this. Comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question you have. And we will see you the next time on this amazing journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.